Welcome back to CALMSDEN Farm for episode 20 with me, MrSealyp. It's early doors here on CALMSDEN Farm and it's not quite 7:15 in the morning, second half of March, and I was, to say I was busy yesterday, yeah, understatement. We got nearly all the grass cut that I wanted to cut. I didn't do the secret meadow. That is to be done because I've got a plan of what I want to do with the grass from there. That being said, our drying silo was full at 500,000 litres. That is now converting, so I've got 29,432 litres of hay being stored there. Because I filled that to 500,000 litres, I still had more grass left over. So my other silo, the kind of one I was using as a hayloft, or am using as a hayloft, I stored 124,566, which is more than enough to feed the sheep. Plus, if I want to, I can transfer grass from that silo into the other one to make hay if I want. So I can bounce between the two. I can cut the grass again and again, store it in one, put it into the other one, switch it around however I want to go about it. That's fine. The other thing I did as well was, because I needed to lime all the grass fields because none of them had been done, I did a little bit more quarrying and I put some stone into the, where are we, my lime crusher. Used what lime was being produced, and now we're almost full again of lime. So I didn't put it on selling, I put it on storing this time because I needed the lime. So it's kind of, it's a win-win whichever way you look at it. I have just done the maintenance on on this again, another 9 grand, hooray. I'm going to wash these off. So what have I got to get done? Loads. I need to cultivate and seed or plant field 3 and field 6. I need to, oh yeah, one of the fields that I was watching DJ the other day, and it was a random one as well actually. I was came up with something to do with double ploughing, and I thought, oh, okay, that's something I hadn't considered. I thought more like along the lines of doing rocks or something. If you had one plough on the front, one plough on the back, would you get more rocks? You know, so I clicked on it. I watched that, and he was ploughing out one of the fields to use. And then yesterday, in the last episode, when I was cutting all the grass, it's the field that the pigs were originally in, and we decided, or I decided, we weren't going to be doing pigs. We're going to stick with cows, with sheep, and with chickens. So I was cutting the grass there, and it's that one field. It's very sporadic. It's kind of almost like tufts. So I cut it all, and I got a fair bit of grass off it, to be fair. And then I suddenly thought, oh, I'll lime it. I thought, well, do I want to lime it? If I, I might decide to do something else with it. And I thought, you know what I could do? I could plough it. So what I'm going to do is create a field from that grass field, which at the moment isn't that productive because there's not that much grass on it. Now, whether I'll reseed it for grass or whether I'll put a crop in it, I'm thinking a crop. Haven't decided what crop that's going to be yet, but I'm going to put a crop in it. Well, that's washed and clean. So, actually, I probably should move out of the way. That's all well and good cleaning it and then just sitting in everyone's way. I'm going to go and grab the new old John Deere with the cultivator, and we're going to get on with the cultivating. We'll do what I usually do. I'm going to get to a point where I can get a worker going, and we'll get the worker going on the cultivating. Oh, that was something as well. I've re-topped off, not even topped off, what we'd built up of milk. I've put into the tanker, and we'll take that over to the dairy. I think the dairy's run out of milk. So the last little bit I had left over, I think I sold, didn't I? So I'm going to take that over. Oh, come on. There we go. So it's all go, yeah. Farm stuff. We're getting farm stuff done. It was a bit tight getting out of there. Probably because I went the wrong way as well. Well, I mean, I didn't go the wrong way, but for me, I'll come into the field from the top end. It'll be probably a bit easier. Should have carried on going the way it was pointing, or moved it in the actual in the shed, so we'll head up and we'll go in the gate at the top. I was going to go through the yard, that's why I moved the tractor, but actually, you know what, we'll go this way. Yeah, so yeah, I was thinking of, when I said about the secret meadow field, that it still needs to be cut. I haven't done it yet. I don't know whether or not to actually get a fermenting silo. So I've got the drying silo, I've got my silage clamp has got a load of silage in it, which I'm using, or was going to use, for total mixed ration, and then I did the baling contracts last year where I got a load of silage. So I've got sort of silage on hand, but then I also want to have plenty, so if we decide to sell more, put more into the biogas plant, whatever we want to do with it, we've got a load on hand. I thought, if I'm going to cut the grass anyway, I might as well cut it and either store it, like I've done with the leftover, or make use of it. So a fermenting silo kind of made sense. That way I can have more silage on hand. I could have just put in another silage clamp if I wanted to. But that's very FS19, isn't it? I thought, you know, let's do something more modern, let's do something different. And there are a few different fermenting silo options available from all different manufacturers. So I was kind of umming and ahhing of what to do with that one. I think I've decided on what one I'm going to go for, only because of the amount of stuff you can put in it that you can turn into silage. So let's drop that down. I wish I'd gone the other way. That way I was going, it would be going with the light, wouldn't I, rather than, well, kind of. So yeah, everything's rosy. I say rosy, yeah, everything's as rosy as it can be. I'm feeling a lot better. MrSealyp is struggling a bit still, but is feeling better. CLG is over it. One of my twins is over it. My other twin got it. So it's been all fun and games here, but anyway, yeah, we're feeling better, and that's the main thing. As you can probably tell by the amount of videos, I went from 3-4 days where I don't think I even put a video out, did I? Or a couple of days at least, to I think one of the days I did 3. We've had quite a few maps out, we've had quite a lot of mods out. So yeah, it's been a, you know, I'm trying to do the best I can. That's all I normally do. That being said, bear with me just a second. As if to prove a point, I decide now's the perfect time to have a coughing fit and stop breathing. Yeah, so the other reason I thought about converting the pig field into a more usable field was because I used the corner of field 6 for putting in the drying building, dryer shack, it just kind of made more sense that I could free up another field for putting a crop in. I think that field actually works out a bigger slice of land than what I used for putting in the drying building, so I actually come out of it ahead, which is good. Well, you know, the other thing I haven't checked, it's a new day, isn't it? New day, got to check. We want to go down and see what's available to buy. Nothing particularly exciting that I don't already own. Well, let's say that. Yeah, we're good. I just can't shift that mother bin, can I? No one wants it. Funny that, isn't it? I don't know why. Around the Gloucestershire area, no one's looking for a massive mother bin. I remember what the thing was. I was going to check while I was in there. Was contracts. Nope, no contracts available. Sort of all the fields that popped up for, as you've already seen, you probably saw at the start, if I put them up, yeah. The fertilising contracts that had popped up and the sowing contracts that had, with the flurry of contracts now that's done again. I suppose the next step will be, some of them will pop up for harvest, I guess, yeah. We can pick up some more. I still need to do the tailors. I haven't put a tailors in because I've got all that fabric building up and haven't put a tailors in. I've got a load more strawberry and lettuce to deliver down to our little sauce factory. That sounds really weird. Sauce factory. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, I'll see you in a bit. We'll get this done. Or we'll get it going anyway, and then we'll have to cultivate the field over there. I don't know whether or not I'm going to seed, plant, whichever way around I'm going to do it, then roll, then fertilise again, or what I might do is after cultivating, fertilise, and then my fertilising's all done then. Another reason I was hoping at some point to get a load of digestate, again, to use the biogas plant, keep chugging away at it. It's weird, isn't it, how that's changed from FS19, that you could own the biogas plant, you would put a load into it, and then at midnight you'd get paid a chunk of money. And then you'd have all the digestate, and now it's that thing of you can put stuff in there and get paid for it. But if you buy it, you're then producing digestate, and you can put it to selling, but you don't make as much. How the biogas plant on its own has changed massively. It was always that. It was that huge income one, wasn't it? Biogas. Now, if you could do enough silage and fill up silage clamps of, 1 million litres, 2, 4, when I did Stone Valley and how many did I have in the end? I had so many silos just rammed full of silage. And you could run that through the biogas plant and make a fortune, I did it on Attingham before I left, Silage King. It was great. But how that dynamic has changed massively, hasn't it? Get you thinking. Right, the worker is now working on the field. I've done it again, haven't I? I'm sure I did it last time I did the planting. To check whether or not the seeder is a direct drill or not. Did I work out that it was last time? I could be wasting my time doing the cultivating. I've just suddenly realised that. The planter I'm looking at getting, let's have a look at that while we're here. I suppose we could buy it, couldn't we? We could do. What seeds have we got? That, haven't we? Oh yeah, it's not a direct drill, is it? No. But planters, I want to get one of those, the John Deere 1113. I mentioned it when it came out. 7.5 metres, 68 grand, direct drill. It's nice. Plus, if at some point you decide you want to go bigger, there's a frame you can buy and you can put 2 of those together, taking yourself up to 15 metres, which is a nice way of gradually building up to a larger size. So we might get one of those. Oh, you know what? Standard design. We'll leave it standard. Solid fertilizer tank. Extension. Oh no, we'll leave that as it is for the time being. 71,500. You know what? Let's buy it. I'm not necessarily going to use it just yet because I'll put wheat in that field there. I'm probably going to put wheat or barley in this one. Like I said, I want the straw. I'm going to put corn in one of them. But that being said, I'm going to decide I might put corn in the field we're about to create, actually. Maybe. Let's drive over and have a look. I've done a little bit of landscaping work to smooth out there were some rough patches and bumpy bits. I've done a bit of work there to smooth out some of it. Sheep are all fine, feed's fine, they're going to need a little bit of water in a little while, but nothing immediate. Chickens, I've been putting egg pallets to one side because as it stood, the bakery was full. I know I'm producing cake now. Oh, that's something I need to check, wasn't it? Cake. I need to check the dairy and the bakery. I haven't checked them recently. The dairy I switched from butter because it was putting butter into the bakery for cakes. I switched it to making cheese and I haven't looked. It was taking a while. So let's go and check that. But anyway, let's nip through here. Yeah, so the field through there, our secret garden. secret meadow. That's the one that's going to need some work. This one just never grows. It's always stayed that length. I suppose it's another one. There's no reason why I couldn't. You know what? That's not a bad idea. All the area that's left, plough it and reseed it with grass. Because at the moment, it's not. I'm not using it for anything. And if I can gain some extra grassland from it, why not? I could do the same with the horse pasture here, which had all the horse stuff in it. I sold it, but I could buy it back, and we could do the same there. But anyway, let's do the pigs first. We'll do the pig pasture first. As you can see, I did all the fields that I cut. I did lime and fertilise. So if we look at the map, they should all be. I'll put this where we want to go, and we go that way, that way. So as you can see, all my grass fields, 8, 34, 11, were all cut. I've limed them all, so now they're all from the first cut. We had first fertilising state, then I've gone and fertilised them all. I didn't cut the cow field, but I did do the sheep field, field 4, field 35. I had sprayed, but you can see it kind of goes, it's a little bit lumpy and bumpy in places, and the grass doesn't really grow that well. As you can see where the lime's gone down, it's very patchy. So I thought, you know what? Like I say, I saw DJ do it, and I thought that's not a bad idea with this field, you know. Make it a bit more useful and productive. Then I thought about corn. Field 23, which has got a canola, which is just down the hill. That's not ready to harvest yet. I want to create fields. Let's do it. So I was thinking possibly corn in this one and corn in that one. See the canola growing down there? That's lovely. So yeah, maybe corn in that. I'm going to leave a little bit of a border around the edge just to give myself a bit of working space. But around this side I might go a bit closer to the edge, only because it's a hedge, we can get away with it. Like I say, it's not a bad sized field this, so we should get a fair bit out of it. Why not? No, I could switch this plough around and have it facing the other way, and it wouldn't put as much strain on the engine, and you know, it's one of those weird ones. You can run it either way round if you wanted to. You can't hire a worker, but if you're creating fields, you can't hire a worker anyway. So it's so if I go backwards, you'll see it will still operate. Open that round, there we go, it's a bit better. I didn't quite go to the edge enough on the turn there we go. Right out to the edge, and leave myself a bit of a gap there. It'll just be a case of filling in between. We are creating a whole new field. I was wondering actually whether or not. Oh, it didn't work. I tried it over the other side, didn't I? Whether I could take the bushes out. The smaller ones anyway, like that, and have another access point in here, but I don't really need to. There's another access point anyway. I can just come over the low lying bushes. Be careful of the fence post in the corner. Again, don't want to go too close to the fence, so I'll keep it out here a little bit. So I think what we'll do, because we are second part of March now, we're going to get all this done, all the bits I said I was going to do. I think what we're going to do as well, I'm going to do something as well here. I'm going to leave a space for getting vehicles in and out and moving vehicles around. I don't want to put crop right up to the corner because that's just not going to work, is it? Yeah, in April, when we move into the first part of April, that's when I'm going to do I think we're going to do a vineyard. I think we're going to do grapes. Just as a test plot, we're going to do short runs up and down the side of that hill, field 8 I think. Just to give it a go. Why not? Not running them along the side of the hill. Obviously, which is what I'd originally said. Which is the no-no, of course. Unless your hillside is a lot more, it's a shallower slope, you can kind of get away with it, I suppose. But with the steep slope we've got on that, no, absolutely not. and it will give us a chance as well to try out, because we've got a load of that new stuff coming out. The Antonio Carrero pack comes out on Tuesday, 22nd of March. 10 new pieces of equipment, 10 new tractors, along those lines. It's all kind of vineyard, orchard stuff, smaller tractors and equipment designed for those sorts of jobs will be coming out on Tuesday. And that's that's pack 1 of the year 1 season pass. So yeah, maybe we could grab something of that, use one of those maybe, I don't know. We shall see. There's something very satisfying about creating a new field. I say the land was, it was okay, and I've cut the grass twice on here, and I didn't do too bad off of it. It was all right, but actually the other thing I want to check now is, yeah, see all the bits that, look, if you look at where all the bits have limed, all the green bits where it hasn't limed, now I've ploughed it, it's going to need liming again. So when I said about not liming, it was fertilising. I didn't want to do another fertilising state on it. That's frustrating. But yeah, we'll get it done. I'll come over here and lime it again. We're not short of lime because I've got the lime production underway again. I'll go and grab some more lime and we'll stick it in. And then we'll do a second fertilising state. We might have to do another run over because obviously some of it won't be showing as a second, will it? I don't know. And then decide what we're going to put in. Now I've bought the planter, we can plant corn or sugar beet. I mean, I did think about doing some more sugar beet. Our sugar factory is just going insane, as I always mention. I know I keep going about it, people are getting fed up with me saying it. It's one of the best production chains I've run. The amount of sugar I get, and when the price of sugar is good, I've made a fortune. That one sugar beet harvest, and it took me a long time, don't get me wrong, that was a monster night, and I spent hours doing that harvesting contract, and that was before the update, so it was before they changed all of the contract, how much you got left at the end of it, so I wouldn't have come out of it with as much sugar beet as I did. That being said, what I've got paid for that contract and then having all the sugar beet left, the amount of money I've made every time I've sold a load of sugar, I've made 20 to 30 grand each time I've sold a load of sugar, and I think I've done that 3 times now, and I've now got way more. I've left it far longer this time. I've got way more sugar sitting than I have done at any other point. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I was going to put the stall in. Thank you to Farmer Foley who reached out and messaged me about it. The place I said I was thinking about putting the stall outside the farm, directly ahead of me, right there. And they said it will go in there, but it deforms the land quite badly, and you have to then fiddle around having to try and re-landscape and stuff. Oh, the other thing as well, who was it? Just bear with me a second, I might have to pause it and come back to you. Somebody messaged me last night. Just going to find it on my messages. Sorry, I know this is a bit weird. Oh yeah, there's something else I was going to say. I don't know if I'm allowed to, or whether I'm saying it too early, in case it doesn't come off the ground or not. It was Edward. Edward sent me a message saying, cycling past CALMSDEN Farm this evening. The sheep were in field 4, not 31. Laugh out loud. Hope you're feeling better and still enjoying your videos and playing along. All the best, Ed. And there's a picture of the sun going down, of those buildings looking down the way I'm looking down now, but along that road, down the actual CALMSDEN Farm. It's amazing, and it looks exactly the same. It's incredible. Thank you for sending me that, Ed. Much appreciated. I just remembered. Yeah. The other thing was, I don't know, should I say? Depends how many people watch this. People might not care anyway. You know, Giants do the community spotlight videos, and they pick modders, content creators, and they do like a video podcast type thing with those people. I have been approached. Terminator messaged me last night to say, would I be interested in doing community spotlight? Absolutely. How cool is that? Oh, that's amazing. So yeah, I might be doing one of those. Got to iron out the details and work out when and that kind of thing, but yeah, coming soon to a TV near you. Don't know when it'll be. but it's very exciting. I'm you know, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to finish off ploughing this. Cultivating will be done on there. I'm going to then start the cultivating on field 6. Even if I decide to put something planter related into field 6, it doesn't hurt to do it cultivating anyway. Might as well. It's kind of part of the process, isn't it? And then what I will do is we'll grab the tanker, take milk over to the dairy to make sure they're chugging away. Because, again, if I go back and check on here, I'm pretty sure my dairy ran out of milk. Yeah, to the right, milk and sugar both ran out. Cheese is sitting at 95 litres. Butter, 1,670. The reason that is sat at that was because the bakery was full of butter, so we couldn't put any more out there. So I switched production to cheese. When I ran out of milk, I turned it off. So if we put a load more milk in there, I've got sugar up there as well. So if we've got some cheese up there, I could switch to chocolate because I haven't produced any chocolate yet. That'd be cool. And then obviously check the bakery for our cake situation, because I haven't done that either. So yeah, that's what we'll do. It's just gone 10. Cultivating has shifted from field 3 to field 6, and it's cracking on. I decided to lime field 35. That's just been done. I had enough lime left in the spreader to do that anyway. But as you can see, the bits where the pig pens were will need its first lot of fertilising, and then obviously while I'm doing that, the rest will get a second. But that's fine. That's not a problem at all. So those two are carrying on. Seeding, I'm not going to get onto now because I want to get onto the other bits. So that was my plan in my head was get that new field created, get the cultivating done, ready to start seeding. Mind you, that said, I'm now thinking the Magnum's sitting there. I could get some barley into that field now as well. Maybe we'll end with that. The other thing was the fermenter. I was thinking here where I've got this kind of little cluster of stuff. If we go into our build modes and look at our silos, under silos, they're all over the place, aren't they? Dotted around. We've got these ones. Oh, they're the silos, aren't they? Where are they? Production? Factories? Just thinking, have I not installed them? Oh, there we go. So we've got that one there, the fermenting silo. That's an Omatana one. 30 grand. And it does grass, hay and chaff. But then there's the one that was part of the Hessian pack, which is only 15 grand, half the price, more capacity, does those 3 plus straw. So I'm thinking one of them. I'm thinking of putting that in, you know. We've got the silos here already, and we've got this plot of land. I said there'd be room for putting other things on if we wanted to. So I'm thinking, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'll need to do a little bit of landscaping again then to make that fit back in. And it doesn't stand much taller than the other one as well, so it kind of all, I say hides, doesn't it? I mean, the tree's there, so it hides that. We could put another tree that side maybe. So yeah, when I cut any more grass now, we can also get some silage underway, and then when we get the straw off of the fields that I'm doing wheat and barley and stuff like that, I want to make manure, because there's the manure processing. You can put straw in, get manure out. Oh, was that a 1-to-4 ratio? And this one, we can put straw in as well as grass and other things, and we can get silage out. So as well as my silage clamp and the silage bales, we'll have silage underway here as well. God, we're getting a right old little complex going on here, aren't we? So while that's going, I'm going to take the milk over and get the dairy going again. I'm probably going to switch to chocolate production. Well, actually, I say that, I want to see how much cheese we've got first. If we've only got one thing of cheese, or we haven't got any cheese yet at all, then what we'll probably do is carry on doing some cheese, because I haven't done any cheese production at this point. And then we'll check on our bakery, because, you know, again, it's another one of those things I've said over and over again, that right from the very start, I said I wanted to make cakes, because I hadn't done it on Elm Creek. I wanted to get the bakery up and running. We did some bread. We had one pallet of bread, and I was very happy with that. but the plan was always to do cake. It was always to gather all the ingredients together, do whatever productions we needed, like making the butter and all those kind of things, and the sugar and all of that, and we were going to make cake. So is today the day? The culmination of loads of work, has it actually panned out that today we will have cake? I'm just thinking now, of course, this is going to be an anticlimax, isn't it? Because I'm thinking if we have, that's going to be the thumbnail, without any shadow of a doubt. If we haven't, oh, it's okay. Regardless, it doesn't matter if it's a thumbnail or not. I'm excited at this point, because at this point I haven't made a thumbnail, so I don't know. It's all up in the air. I love how this game, no matter what, it just still brings out the big kid in me. Just, you know, doesn't matter what you're doing, how you're feeling, where you've been, what you've been doing for the day, what, you know. And I have found when when I've been away for various different reasons, or I haven't been well, or I miss playing, you know, and I come back on and I do stuff and I just smile. It's just brilliant. Cheesy as that sounds, I know it's a big reason why a lot of people play, because it makes you feel that way. I've still got all that flour sat there. I'm not doing anything with that yet. No, we've got more tomatoes and more lettuce. Okay, I was going to take that trailer off and deliver that down to our sauce plant, but that was squeaking it, threading the needle. Stop there a second. Go around the back and have a look. We have cheese. We've got cheese. 2 of them. Brilliant. We are going to switch to making chocolate now. Which way do I go round? There's a pallet. There's a pallet. We've got cake. We've got our first pallet of cake. Let them eat it. Interesting fact about that. Well, say fact. It's still debated. A lot of people believe that Marie Antoinette said let them eat cake. And it's that thing of the rich and wealthy not understanding the problems of the poor. People couldn't get bread, they were starving. The phrase apparently, because it was French and way back, was brioche, not cake, but similar sort of thing. But apparently now that was first written about by somebody else way before Marie Antoinette was even born, I think, as far as I can gather. And it's referred to as a princess. So people aren't even sure if it was ever actually said or whether it was just written about. But yeah, let them eat cake. So excited! And it is ridiculous, I know, because if you've been playing the game and you've been doing production chains, and I know a lot of people will either buy bits that they need, or they'll do whatever they need to get to the point they're at. And I would imagine loads of you have done loads of cake and stuff already, and it hasn't, you don't have to worry about it. I say worry about it, you know what I mean? It probably seems like a very small, childish thing to be excited about, but I am. Not small and childish, but excited and happy. Come on now. Play nice. There we go. So we'll get some sugar in and we'll get the milk in, and let's get some chocolate underway. I wondered what that was. I suddenly saw something drop to the floor. I was like, okay, what was that? It was a bird. So, honestly, my heart's pounding. It's like, what is that? That's some new addition to the game that I don't remember seeing before. I am going to put these on. Because I can't remember where the drop-off is. I thought it was round the front. No, it's not, is it? It's not. Let's get some sugar in. I'm so happy about the cake. Right, how much is this going to actually take with regard to... oh, it still take loads of sugar. Okay, let's switch that to chocolate. Line production. What's happened there? Oh, out of space. Right, turn that off. Don't want to be paying for a process we're not using. Right, let's get the milk in here as well. We'll do that. I'll get the pallet of cake. Are we going to put it onto our trailer and take it with us? Oops. Now I haven't actually yet. I've got it installed, but I haven't enabled it. The ability to pick up. I forgot, mine's gone blank. The liftable pallets mod. I've got it installed, but I haven't enabled it. It would make my life a lot easier, especially when I'm doing a lot of these things. Let's take the cake round to the front. I'm going to take all that off the trailer now, aren't I? Because I'm going to have to. I've got loads more to put on. Every time I think I'm going to take the. I keep bouncing the lizard forklift back and forward between the sugar mill and here, because the I've got so much sugar being produced, and every time I think, right, I'll get it back over there and I can leave it there for a bit, and then I don't. Out of the way. Right, okay. So I'm gonna now do what I've done before. You don't need to see me loading this all up. I'm gonna load up the extra pallets I've got there, the extra pallets there. We're gonna get the cake, the icing on the cake. We're gonna put that right on the top. The cherry on top. Actually, that's a good point. Do I have a sell point for cake? Probably just one of those things I kept meaning to put a sell point in. Aunt Emma's shop, 7,398. But that's for 1,000 litres. This isn't 1,000, it's 400, isn't it? That's still going to be a fairly nice price for one pallet. And we've still got more producing, so that's good. Right. Coach. Just put that there out of the way. Honestly, it's one of those sort of targets that thing I set. It feels like such a long time ago. So now I've achieved it, and it's no small feat when you think about the production chains. I mean, you think about if we go to our bakery. Where's my bakery? Flour, sugar, milk, eggs, butter, strawberries, all the stuff we had to do. The strawberries was the quickest and easiest. Eggs took a while to get the chickens up and running and going. The butter took longer because obviously the sugar we got going. That was only after we managed to sort out that contract for sugar beet that we then got the sugar mill going, and we got that chugging away producing sugar. We then had to wait until we could afford to get the cows. We'd made all the stuff for Total Mix Ration. We got the cows bought. We got milk being produced. We took the milk to the dairy. The dairy produced the butter. All of that stuff that had to happen. And it seems anticlimactic having one pallet of cakes there after all that. But it's not. I don't think it is. I think that's an achievement of a lot of work. I think it's brilliant. Anyway. Oh dear. What's wrong with me? Right. Let's go and sort the rest of these things out. We are locked and loaded and we're ready to go. Now that's something you wouldn't have seen a while back, isn't it? Bottom right. Tomatoes, lettuce, cheese and cake. All on the same trailer. And again, no jostling No pallet movement, no nonsense, it just is working. Loving it. Still loving this. This tractor sounds great. Oh, anyway, yeah, I'm going to take these to the various different locations. I'm going to probably take the tomato and lettuce first, get those dropped off. Then we'll work out where we're going to take the cheese. The cake's going to go to Aunt Emma's because that's where the best price is. But I did say I would finish off. We'll start our seeding. I'm going to put barley in field 3, so we'll get the seeder going on there. Next episode, I think we'll probably get the planter because obviously we bought it. I need to cut the field. I can cut all the grass up here as well. I did it the first time and I forgot about that, so I can come up and cut all this. It means I'm going to have to release the loading wagon because I sold it. It's not a problem. I'm looking to the top right and thinking, my money's gone down a massive amount. And I only bought a silo, and that was 15 grand, but I didn't. I bought the planter, didn't I? So that's why. Let's hop to here. I'm pleased to, I know it's one of my bugbears for a long time, and after update 1.3 it seemed to fix it, but then sometimes I was having issues. But now we've had update 1.3.1, I haven't had any mirror flicker at all on anything, and it makes it so much better because I do like this. I like the sound effects in cab, obviously not when I'm talking, but when you're driving along and you've got the clonks and the bumps and all the various different noises in cab. And I was avoiding doing it because I kept getting that flicker, and it's not there anymore, and I'm so pleased with that. So I'm going to take these to the various locations. Actually, I'm probably going to drive this and take it to the source factory, and then I'll unload it all later on. What I'll do is I'll go up and I'll get the seeding underway, because once I've done a couple of rounds and I can get a worker going, then that frees up me to go and do some other things. It has been mentioned, and I've been thinking a lot about the fact I'm still not utilising the workers, the helpers as much, transporting things and taking things to different locations. I have found on this map, not that it doesn't work, it does work, but sometimes they get a little bit hung up here and there. I meant to close that. I think it works a lot better on much more open maps. Come on. And I'm very, very tempted by doing even if it's a short run on Fruling. When I did the map tour on that, I loved that map. Maybe a little start from scratch with small machinery sort of thing on Fruling. I don't know. I'm very torn. I spoke to Dozer John, Dozer Farms, regarding Obeleron, and I apologised. The Let's Play kind of fizzled out, and I mentioned it when I did the map tour on Fruling, that Obeleron, I just kind of lost my enthusiasm for it. I don't know why. I just felt a little bit kind of a bit deflated, and a bit, one of the mods had an update. When I came back, I'd lost everything again. It was one of those situations of, okay, now I've got to go back again and redo it all and reset it all up, and I was a bit kind of, do I want to do that, or do I want to start something new? So I don't know, we'll see how we go with that. Right, back that round. It's almost like I know what I'm doing sometimes. Only sometimes. Down across the fields, cross the bridge, and I'll get this over there, and I will see you in a bit on field 3, and we'll get our seeding underway. I'm going to head down the hill and go along the bottom because it's a lot steeper at the top, and I don't want anything falling off my trailer. To be fair, it's actually still quite... I should have gone diagonally across the field, shouldn't I? Hillside Farming 101, MrSealyp. It's been a busy morning so far. I decided I was going to deliver it. So the tomatoes and the lettuce have all gone. That's been put into there. And then I've got the cake and the cheese to deliver. I'll probably do that at the start of the next episode, actually. Just thinking I need to get the rest of this done. If I'm going to plant I'm thinking, I haven't done potatoes actually, have I? What can I use potatoes for? There's production chain stuff I could use potatoes for. I mean, to be fair, it's the sugar beet for me that's more, I'd say more relevant, but I've already kind of done sugar beet. I think our new field, we're going to put potatoes and sugar beet in it, I think. Let's get this going on barley anyway. So a nice bit of shallow cultivation, followed by a bit of seeding. You can just about see the difference in colour and texture. Please don't hit that post. There we go. A few runs round. And then once that's done, it will need rolling, it will need fertilising. I was thinking the other day actually, I've been watching a few different YouTubers and on various different platforms playing various different games. And I know I've mentioned Jimmy Broadbent before because Gran Turismo 7 had come out and he was doing a lot of streams and stuff like that. And I was thinking about YouTubers and the games they play, and for some there's a lot of setup and preparation for things you do, but I don't think any more so. I remember when I was watching the community spotlight with Clutch simulations and the Terminator, and they were talking about content creators and tutorials and all the things, and Kermit was saying about the community, not just the people that watch and are on Discords and on, but all the content creators from Giant's perspective that are out there playing the game, putting out content, putting out tutorials, putting out role play stories, let's plays, that kind of stuff. It's the time in between, it's the amount of time it takes for doing it, I think that's the big difference between a lot of the different content you can watch, you know, because it's that thing of, if I finish now and say, okay, well, this is what I said I was going to do, I've got the jobs done I wanted to do, the things I was set out in my head to do in this episode, and I said I would finish, we'll start getting the seeding done and we're getting our barley into this field here. When I finish this episode, between now and the next one, I need to finish all the seeding, I need to roll, I need to fertilise again, I need to do field 6, and then I've got to decide what I'm going to do with the other stuff. And a lot of people say, oh, you should show all of that, but again, there's that line, if my next episode was just me seeding 2 fields, people would get bored of that very quickly. I think it's a big difference between doing it when you're streaming, when you're interacting with your audience live, and I could do a job like this where I could just play. With regard to the streaming, a lot of people have been asking me about it. I'm still having real problems with that new Elgato. It was all in, it was all supposedly working, excuse me, and then I started having problems with my PlayStation, wouldn't turn on, the two wouldn't sync together, I couldn't get OBS to work, so I'm gonna get my I know a lot of people will comment and they'll send messages and help and that kind of thing. I have my, not on-site guru, but my Mr. Director JD will, I'm sure, come and give me a hand. Because I enjoyed those streams. The streams I did when the game first released, I loved that before Christmas. It was brilliant. And I've had nothing but trouble since then. So anyway. And on that note, this is where we shall end. I haven't done a complete round yet, but I'm not far off of it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're still enjoying it as much as I am, because I really am. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, and this is a big one, I've been doing a bit of analytics, and over 50% of people that are watching my videos regularly aren't subscribed. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification. I know it's that YouTuber thing to do and to mention a lot and that kind of thing. Well, my throat's gone. My goal for this year is to hit 100,000 subscribers, and if you guys out there can help make that happen, that would be fantastic. It really would. So yeah, if you're watching regularly and you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe. Hit the bell notification. When I post videos, you'll be made aware. If you want to leave a comment, of course, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.